Every era has its frontier. A line between what is and what's next. We've played the game, built the legends, carried the weight. But this is different. This is where the game leaves the ground. No limits, no ceiling. No looking back. This isn't the next season. This is the next frontier.
And we welcome you to the 100th game in AUSL history. It happens to be a great matchup tonight here in Portland, Oregon. The Cascade and the Blaze. That's how you stay loose before the game, as the Cascade happy to be home, but they have got to face off against Carlin Pickens tonight. Well, we welcome you into the broadcast booth, everybody. Jeff Arnold alongside Danielle Lowry, one of the best to ever do it on the college stage, and Olympian. Great to have you with us. One of the things I think we've noticed, Danielle, is that everybody on the rookie side has been so impressive this year. You got to start with Megan Grant, though, what she's done at the plate.
I mean, you think of Megan Grant and the records that she set in the college game, and it's translated and carried over here right before our eyes in this professional league, and it has just been so much fun to watch. I mean, she is tied for the lead league with 7 home runs. I remember where I was watching this 313-foot bomb with that exit velocity off of Carlin Pickens. Man, Megan Grant has just carried over the momentum from that college season.
Yeah, and speaking of Carlin Pickens, she is going to take the circle tonight for the Blaze, and her battery mate, Reese Atwood, having a Rookie of the Year caliber season herself.
And I love watching these two, especially going from the college game. At times you don't know how it's going to carry over, and Pickens has been exceptional. And then Reese Atwood, you cannot deny the fact that she has been one of the hottest hitters, if not the hottest hitter for this Carolina Blaze team. She's been so good that way as well as behind the dish.
Well, you can't just stick with Carlin Pickens, though. This is a great pitching matchup tonight, as you've got Kenzie Brown taking the circle for the Cascade.
I've loved watching Kenzie Brown over the course of her career at Arizona State, and it's even more exciting getting the chance to watch her in the pros and continue to evolve her game. But man, she has been so good. One of the best changeups in this game that you will see, and excited to get the ball back at home here in Portland.
Now, Portland has got things really good. They've got their final 9 games of the year at home, as the first pitch is a strike into Aubrey Leach. Here's a look at the Blaze starting lineup tonight. We talk about great first-year players. Dakota Kennedy, throw her name in the mix as well. Really good 2-strike hitter. Bunt is shown, and that is taken for strike 2 by Leach. Off the changeup there that you were talking about, Danielle. Leach from the Woodlands, Texas, has reached base safely in the last 5 games that she's played. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
When I think about Kenzie Brown, I think one of the biggest things that, especially when you get 0-2, 1-2, it's like, are we able to continue to have that attack pitch mentality? I think what's hurt her at times has been a little bit of those free passes in some moments where she's needed that big strikeout.
Hit out to the left side, and a good play made by Megan Grant. 1 away. So first out picked up by Kenzie Brown, and let's take a little bit of a closer look, Danielle, at that pitch arsenal.
Yeah, and she will climb the ladder. That's really kind of her bread and butter pitch, but she has the good combo with the drop and the up down with that fastball that has some great movement, but it is that changeup, and at times I bet that 12% is going to climb a little bit more as the league continues to go on.
Another chance for Megan Grant. 2 outs quickly for Kenzie Brown.
And back-to-back 5-3s and only 5 pitches thrown, and that really is exciting if you are a pitcher. And I think at times being a strikeout pitcher coming into this league, that almost feels strikeout-esque. Having a shorter inning, getting the momentum on your side, and getting back out there to get the bats going.
Now, a wise man once said, get some ground balls because it's more democratic and it gets your defense involved early on. Now here's Dakota Kennedy, golden ticket recipient this year. Got it from Commissioner Kim Ng. Swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 1 strike against Dakota Kennedy. Brown, third-round pick in the college draft. She was a golden ticket recipient herself, and she's got Kennedy ahead, 1-2.
On that pitch, 59 miles an hour, just dropping off the table. And when you think of Kenzie Brown before she got into AUSL, it was that statement pitch with her changeup and off speed and that run for Arizona State.
Just outside there.
The one thing that I would want to carry over especially is knowing that you can get away with a little bit more in the pro league with having a little bit of a bigger zone. College, it's small, but here you can work the corners a lot more.
And I have to imagine, too, it can change the way you sequence your pitches a little bit, too, knowing that you can expand the zone.
And it can be a learning moment, too, I think, for pitchers, right? Especially coming from the college game, and you've had to be a lot more fine. You have a lot more wiggle room on the outside part of the plate.
Swing and a miss. Kennedy is down on strikes, and a really good first inning for Kenzie Brown. The Cascade back home. They're coming up in the bottom of the first.
So why don't we go somewhere only we know? Somewhere only we know.
The one you've been waiting for. Cheerios Protein, now in Honey Nut.
Well, Carlin Pickens is the real deal, but by the numbers, she is one of the toughest to face. I mean, we all know it is 43 feet, but man, she has some length at 6'1" with a stride of 7 feet. That ball gets on you quick. Listen, she has the world record for the fastest pitch, MLB equivalent of 111 miles an hour, but to me, it's the reaction time. That .35 you have to pick or choose if this is a pitch that you could do some damage on. Makes you one of the toughest pitchers in the nation and the world to face.
Yeah, she will be right up there for Rookie of the Year consideration. How did the Cascade prepare? Well, we were down on the field before the game, and we were watching getting some batting practice from maybe 6-7 feet, where the pitcher's throwing it 6-7 feet in front of the circle.
And that's really how you have to do it, trying to prepare for that kind of 73, 74, 75 miles an hour consistently. They're just not seeing that in the league all the time. So BP as close as possible.
Here's a look at the lineups for Portland. Portland 9-7. We mentioned the rest of their games the year will be at home. Otis leadoff homer in her last game. And she's a little bit late there, and the count is 1-2. 75 miles an hour from Carlin Pickens.
Back to back 75 miles an hour, and that drop ball is definitely a pitch that will register the highest for that miles per hour.
Very close. 2-2.
That last pitch at 66 miles an hour, and as a viewer, you'd be thinking, oh, you know, that fastball, that's actually her changeup coming in.
Right back to this circle, has to hurry, not in time. Otis beat it out, little Baltimore chop right in front of Pickens, and it just hung up too high enough, and then Otis safe at first.
and this is just being at your home park, using the turf to your advantage, getting that high hop. I actually wrote in my scorecard, the Baltimore chop. I'm gonna start using that. I like that.
Well, you've got the turf surface here, so you will see some of that. You pound it right into the ground. Here is Megan Grant. Talked about her in the Open, and you're just amazed to see the type of rookie class that has come into the AUSL this year. Grant, Pickens, Atwood. The trio we just mentioned, you can see them right there on your screen.
I think just these two back-to-back hitters too, with Megan Grant and Kenleigh Cahalan, they've at times been the difference maker for this offense and the pop that they've been able to bring.
2 balls and a strike. Grant, 7 home runs. That is tied for the AUSL lead with Sammy Williams, who's having just an incredible season for the Chicago Bandits. A little late there. 2-2 against Grant.
I'm going to go back to the pitch before that pitch with the 2-0 changeup. It's just clutch because you know what Megan Grant can do. The numbers don't lie. I mean, the home runs, like, she is one of the key pieces to this Portland Cascades offense. So you know your pitch approach against her has to be dangerous, and she gets that big strikeout, 70 miles an hour. That rise ball on the outside part of the plate took a little something off it. That's a big out.
You know, that has to feel good for Carlin Pickens a little bit, because the last time she was in the circle was the 4th of July. And it was the game where they're playing the Utah Talons. Brielas has that walk-off home run. So to be able to come on out there and you're facing a star like Grant, be able to strike her out, that's got to be nice for Pickens.
I think at times too that you learn that the league can be very humbling, right? Like, this is someone that can mix pitches so well. She has that drop ball. She throws a good chunk of the time with that changeup and as well as that rise ball. But I'm sure that these rookie pitchers are coming into this league learning a lot about themselves. At times you could play in the college game and maybe you felt like the 8-hitter or the 9-hitter, oh, I can get away with stuff. Man, you cannot in this league, you cannot take a pitch off. And that's really, I think, where you're able to learn a lot about yourself in the circle, especially.
I think that if you're a rookie pitcher, you're learning too. You get to this point of the season, hitters are making adjustments. And I think for Pickens, maybe some sequencing things will change as she tries to lead her team to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Even looking at so far in this first inning, I've seen a good amount of changeups thrown at some unexpected counts.
Ball 4 just missed to Cahalan. And so Otis going to move up to second base, and they're 2 on with 1 out. Now there it is, first 6 appearances of the year. And it was amazing to see how well she performed, considering that she was coming off the postseason, getting right into the pro game. And then the last 3 appearances, 3 home runs allowed. You don't see that all that often. And maybe the ERA a little higher than she'd like it to be. Facing a veteran hitter here in Mia Davidson. She helped cap Portland's 7-run explosion in their 3rd inning of their last game. It was nice to see the Cascade break out a little bit in an inning. They had a 12-run inning earlier on in a game this year.
And somebody that I think of that just needs to instill a little bit of fear into a pitcher, right? Like, because when I look at this lineup through and through, like, that is a Tori Vidalis, and she has been struggling a little bit. And so when you think of someone like Mia Davidson, that home run that she had, and her last game was huge.
Strike 3 called. Painted there by Pickens.
That pop. And that's the first time probably that Mia Davidson has really felt a cool 75 miles an hour. I mean, you felt this velo, you heard that pop in the mid. I love Reese Atwood behind the plate. She just does such a good job of being able to get those pitches.
Here's Sis Bates up at the plate. She's playing at second base in the game tonight. One of the best infield defenders that you will see, and widely respected across the game, is just one of the really good people that you'll come across. Down here in the count, 0-2, and Some of this Cascade crowd, which is a big crowd once again tonight, didn't love it. Picked off by Pickens. Really good throw to get Bates. I've heard how well she fields her position, shows it off there, and keeps a couple of base runners aboard. No score after one.
The NFL Flag Championships are back, and it's game on.
Buckle up. This is fast. It's fun.
The next generation, they're not waiting their turn. They came to play.
The energy is palpable. Touchdown! Wow!
Laying it all on the line.
It's win or go home.
And the premier youth flag football event of the summer.
Get set to crown a champion.
The NFL Flag Championships presented by Toyota. July 24th through 26th on ABC, ESPN, and Disney Networks.
Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. But don't trust us. Trust the burn and the bounce back, because every drop of sweat takes more out of you than just water. Liquid IV, clinically proven hydration. Don't trust us. Trust the science.
AI can turn your lights on.
Lights on.
And drive your car. And even write your kid's essay. But AI ain't gonna fix your broken water line or pay for the big repair bill. Having a plan from HomeServe offers real solutions. And when a covered system breaks, we'll send a qualified contractor and pay for the repair. There's nothing artificial about the peace of mind you get with a plan from HomeServe. Getting one is quite intelligent.
Plans from HomeServe start at just $4.99 a month.
Call 1-800-355-7098 or visit homeserve.com.
What if more water just happened? With Circle, more happens. Grab one bottle and get up to 6 drinks throughout your day. Circle, just more water.
It has been a long time since these two teams faced off. In fact, it was the opening series in Durham. Carolina took the first 2 games. Portland picked up a win in the last game. And I asked both coaches, what's evolved? What's changed about your team? Because a month in the AUSL season, kind of a long time. Kara Dill with the Blaze talked to me about how, for this squad, not much. She feels like they've steadily evolved throughout the course of this season. Now they do have a ton of utility players, so she does notice that they're a lot more comfortable playing beside one another. But really, this is the same team that she remembers watching back at the beginning of June. Now, the home team this time, Coach Jariah Flowers said, man, for a rookie-heavy squad, it is huge for them to have so many games under their belt. Some veterans who have joined from Japan, they know more about themselves than ever. But the camaraderie that they've had since then is the biggest thing for this team. Now, both coaches mentioned this for the back half of the season, resiliency. Who learned the most last time they faced off, and who can make the most adjustments the second time around?
Well, Savannah, the thing is, you have 2 teams, and this series might be kind of an oracle series, so to speak, because of where we are in the season, with both of these teams jockeying for playoff position entering today. I mean, right now you've got Portland, who is in that 3rd spot, and then Carolina is just a half game back. And so 2 really big games over these next 2 nights.
I almost feel like it's critical to come away with a series win, knowing the importance of wanting to be that 3rd team to try to really get in and make a push into the playoffs. And I mean, you look at Utah, I mean, they're a lock to me. And the way that Chicago has been playing, I mean, they've won the last 7. They are on a heater. So to me, I just have this feeling that it looks like it's going to be one of these 2 teams. Then they're going to have to duke it out here in this series and then try to carry on some momentum playing in the next to try to get some stuff going.
I mean, did you think that maybe anybody earlier in the year was going to be able to catch Utah? Well, Chicago is trying to do it. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Cleveland.
And that 2-1 change, so good. Just that big swing and a miss.
Brown had a very fast first inning. For only 11 pitches, 7 strikes, got 2 really fast ground ball outs. And another one coming up from Kenzie Brown. As Klingler has had a nice year, hitting at .304. A home run and 4 RBIs. This one will make it out of play. And what's so cool about coming here is that this is one of the best markets for women's sports in the nation. And the last time they were here, they've only played 3 games here so far, but everyone was sold out and everybody was up the whole game. Off to the right side, Bates not able to make the play, and Klingler's going to reach. The AUSL Pro Game at the Little League Softball World Series, presented by Dick's, returns on Wednesday, August 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. From Greenville, watch AUSL stars compete and inspire the next generation of players from the Little League as part of the Summer of Softball. Visit the AUSL.com for more information. That's outside for ball one. You've been at a lot of youth softball games yourself, Danielle, since the Women's College World Series.
I have. Funny enough, when the Portland Cascade actually opened up, I was in town, I mean, probably 50 steps away. My daughter was here playing a softball tournament, which I think was so cool for them to have opening weekend when they had one of the biggest tournaments here in Oregon. I mean, just the buzz around the ballpark of the athletes wanting to get in and watch. I know they had a clinic one of the nights as well for some of these athletes to get the opportunity to work with the pros. It's a big deal.
Strike 2. Good pitch there by Brown.
I mean, having 2 daughters at 9 and 12, both of them, you know, a good age gap in between. The excitement on both their teams of these pro teams, the Megan Grants, the rookies, the Carlin Pickens, it just...
Out to shortstop. There is one. It's a double play. Nicely turned by Cahalan. Was being led to the bag and then turns it.
This is just so money. Kenley Cahalan knows, reads that hop, steps on the base, an absolute cannon over to first. Easy double play.
Such a good shortstop for the Cascade, who are a really good defensive team. And that's the kind of team that the Cascade wanted to build. They wanted to build a club that was going to be dependent on how well you do in the circle and then how well you play defense, and then you get enough offense and hope that'll work for you in that given night.
Well, I think, too, you learn that this game is a lot faster at times at the pro level. So when you are a defender, when you are an elite shortstop, middle infielder, coming to play in the pros, you understand there mistakes at times can happen, but the game continues to keep going. How quick can I turn the page? And the game can speed up on you really quick, but Cahalan has been money to watch throughout this season.
Fouled back, 1 and 2, and when you consider great defenders across the AUSL, Brito is another one, and it's a... If you look at both clubs, the number of players on both Carolina and Portland who have won Gold Gloves before, it's incredible.
I know, yeah.
1-2 pitch coming. Not close, 2 and 2. Brito was hitless in the Utah series that Carolina just played. And we'll see another one. Now Brito, she is one of the MLBX participants coming up All-Star 3-on-3. Brito, Jennings, Garcia, Kennedy, a lot of star power there, a lot of excitement for that coming up. Taps softly, and it goes just foul. Megan Grant did the right thing. You let it roll, and eventually it tapered off foul.
Especially when you're playing way back, too, respecting Brito's pop. 2 strikes, knowing she's not going to get you on the bunt, and made more sense to let that go foul.
Two coming from Brown. And that one looked like it got Sydney Stewart. So this has been an extended battle. Brito about to see an 8th pitch in this plate appearance. Carolina, they've lost 5 of 8, 6 of 10 after they started the year 4-1. But we showed you that standings board. They're only a half game out of a playoff spot behind Portland. Foul again.
Yeah, such a good at bat by Alyssa Brito, fouling off her 9th pitch via bat, spoiling the changeup at 54 miles an hour, and that's what makes her so darn good, as she is going to grind. You remember that at Oklahoma and her track record there, being able to work deep counts.
Now she has forced it into a full count. I mean, there have been 2 really lengthy at bats in this inning from Carolina. Klingler had a long one to start, reaching on what was called an error against Sis Bates. And then you have the quick double play, and now Brito making Brown work. Got her. Stuck with it, and Kenzie Brown picks up her 2nd strikeout of the game. She sees the minimum, looking for our first run tonight here at Portland.
Making every dollar count is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we help you find more ways to save on car insurance. Good students in your house? Savings. Drive safe? Congrats, you save. Drive less? More savings. Multiple vehicles? Savings. Bundle home and auto? You guessed it, savings. You can live a lot of life with all those savings. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. Tremfya can help with remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years. Some had visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Stop debating between razor burn and burning through another razor. Start shaving with Gillette. With 3 times more protective coatings, no refillable blade lasts longer, so even your 30th shave is still smooth and comfortable.
The AUSL is sponsored by Mizuno. Now, first pitch tonight in a big game here in Portland. Sarah Ashley Barker, guard for the Portland Fire. Now, Portland is such a great women's sports market, such a great sports market in general, and this is as good of a time to be up here in the Pacific Northwest as it is any time of the year. Weather is not too hot, not too cold, not much humidity, and a great night for some softball here in Portland as Carlin Pickens misses into Falby to start off the bottom of the 2nd.
I will say I was a little sad being living in Seattle. That Portland's not too far, but I thought maybe for a second we'd have one in our backyard. But I could see in the future, potentially after the 2028 Olympics, I feel like you could see some definite expansions. I mean, the growth in this league is just electric.
Tough play. Really well done by Anna Gold. Klingler able to pick it out, and Falby is retired.
Well, and what I dig about this play right here is the fact that Pickens just knows her space. Hey, I'm going to let her go and get it. Trust. You saw pregame, them working on the hops, on the turf. Gold making her way over, and they're getting Kendra Falby out, one of the hottest hitters, fastest hitters on this team.
Brito, perfect throw, and Stewart is out. There's 2 fast outs now for Carlin Pickens.
And the left side, when you think about that for the Carolina Blaze, in Brito at short and Anna Gould at third, the only thing to me right now is offensively, I think they need to get going more. But defensively, where they're at, they are so tough on the left side. I do not want to pull the ball that direction whatsoever, but 2 quick outs here for the Blaze.
Yeah, the left side of the infield, if you hit it there, you're out. It is a dead zone as far as hits. Sacco Ferry just coming back off the injured list. She'll take a strike.
She was someone watching her hit BP today. I mean, just with the coach all the way in, just throwing absolute BBs.
Well, throws down there, completes the strikeout as Carlin Pickett's couple of fast outs. The AUSL, it is sponsored by Miralax, and as we're through 2 innings, there's no score.
Okay, here's the deal. This game, it's 3-on-3.
Who we playing?
It's a local crew.
My flyer is just...
Hey! This local crew, they haven't lost since 1996. They beat everyone who showed up. The guys who play in jeans, the always skins. Honestly, respect. The techers, the trash talkers, even the bruisers. Anyone, anytime, they would take them down.
Best of 3?
This doesn't seem real. What? It's 100% true. Mostly.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water.
When we were in a small accident, we thought we would have to deal with everything on our own.
And our lives would center around the fender bender.
Go to bed. But that never happened.
Geico made it easy to reach someone who could actually help with our claim.
It feels good to get moving again. It feels good to Geico.
Okay, it's just a laxative. How scary could it be?
Honey, relax. It's Miralax. It works with the water in your body for gentle relief.
Relax. It's Miralax. For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mirafiber.
We just saw the play by Kenley Cahalan. We've heard multiple times that you and her have kind of struck up a friendship. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say that's fairly accurate. You know, sometimes I can't really understand what she's saying because she has such a deep accent. I was like, I need subtitles with her sometimes, but I think it's hilarious.
Well,
Lock in, right.
Tonight, after Megan Grant was doing the mid-action the other night, we happen to be joined by Kenley Cahalan. Kelly, how you doing tonight? Okay, we're going to see if we can get Kenley in just a moment. Meanwhile, we're going to start off the 3rd inning, and it is Jenna Laird who takes a strike. Kenley, can you hear us now?
Okay, y'all just came back in. Now I can hear y'all.
Hear us?
Go ahead.
Okay, Kenley, how are things going? What is it like to be here in Portland?
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing. I love my girls, love the team. Oh my gosh, it's awesome chemistry, and it's just so fun getting to work with everybody. Yeah, Kenzie, yeah, babe.
And you guys have been on the road for, what, 13 games? So now you guys get to be kind of in your own space, your own routine. How important is that going to play into the next week and a half?
Going in and out, so your senses are like breaking apart on me.
Well, don't worry, we're going to try and figure this out. In the meantime, we're talking about some subtitles. We have actually, after Megan Grant said sometimes we need to filter Kenley through subtitles, we've actually got the subtitles. We're going to show them across the bottom of the screen about some of the first things that you told us.
Oh, the subtitle. Listen, I think she just has selective hearing instead of me having subtitles, because people in my house in my hometown hear me just fine. Yeah, Kenzie Brown! Yeah.
All right, so she makes fun of you for that, but for Megan Grant, it seems like a great friendship that is blossoming between you two.
Yes, I love her so much. She's a great teammate, great person, and freaking hits bombs.
Do you recall a moment where you're like, yep, we're going to be buds? She's my girl.
No, listen, that's my girl right there. She's a hard worker, and she deserves exactly what she gets every single day, every performance she has. Yes, good spot!
What do you think, hoping you can hear me okay, but what do you think the biggest difference has been for you going from playing college right up straight into the pros?
Honestly, I would say the zone easily. It is a lot wider, but that's just something you got to adjust to. And I feel like as a rookie and as all the rookies on this team, I feel like we've tried our best to expand our zone a little bit, but also find our pitch.
Kentley, what does it feel like?
It's currently telling me to lock in, but little as you know, I talked about it a few minutes ago. Yes!
Gold fouls this one off. Kelly, what does it feel like to be home for a change? I mean, you all have spent so much time on the road. I have to imagine it's nice to finally be able to unpack.
But y'all went out again.
What does it feel like to finally be back at home? All right, we'll try back with Kentley in just a moment. Here's the 2-2 to Anna Gold. That's outside 3-2. Kentley, we're going to see if we can hear you one more time.
Yes, I can hear y'all now.
Okay, I was going to ask you, what does it feel like? Now we can't. You know what, Kentley? We're going to let you get back to it, okay? But it's really good to chat with you, and glad that you all are back here in Portland. Now, ball four there to Anna Gold. Sometimes that happens. Live television. It's just one of those things. But really funny and very cool to see the relationship that Megan Grant has along with Kentley Cahalan. I mean, when you're together this much, your team can find a way to bond. And it seems like for the Cascade, everybody has gotten along really well.
And when I think about the vibe and chemistry with this Portland Cascade team, at times those are what take you through the gauntlet of what a season really is, right? Like, to me, this is definitely more of a sprint opposed to a marathon. They have 25 games, and there's not a whole lot of room for error, and you are traveling, and I think when you are doing it with women that you admire to compete with, and you're just looking forward to getting up every day to do that, it makes such a difference. But that's really kind of my one takeaway when I think about this league. It's just so quick. 2 months, they're getting after it, and you can't afford to go in a slump for 5 or 6 games. Like, you have to be able to make those in-game adjustments pretty quickly.
Right back to Brown, goes to second, and they're not able to turn it 4-2, but a good job by Brown to field her position. So 2 outs in the inning. It's an MLB doubleheader Wednesday on ESPN. First, the Phillies take on the Reds at 7 Eastern. Then it's Diamondbacks Padres at 10. Catch the matchup live on ESPN and stream every pitch on the ESPN app. Ever since the Phillies put Don Mattingly in charge, they have been one of the best teams in all of baseball. So make sure you tune into that coming up. Lineup card flips over. Aubrey Leach up at the plate. She grounded out her first time up in this game. Strike 2.
When I just think of Kenzie Brown this game, it's just one word, like, she's efficient. She's been able to get ahead of these hitters. I think she's been able to pull that changeup off speed and have it in her back pocket when she needs it. She led this AB off with Aubrey Leach with that changeup, and you just saw that big defensive swing, and that to me just always opens up the at-bat for me as a pitcher. When I get a swing and a miss where they look silly, I'm like, yep, mental piggy bank, put it upstairs. It puts me in a good position to be able to work the zone a little bit more.
Runner is going, throw down to second, and it is not in time. So Ocasio is able to steal second base, and now an opportunity for Carolina with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And this year for Carolina, they are the best team in the AUSL, hitting with runners in scoring position, batting at .306, but 1-2 count here for Leach. Strike 3. Brown has been dealing so far 4 strikeouts for her, and a runner is left aboard. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here in Portland. No score.
We're gonna maximize today, baby.
You got stories and trauma and darkness and food.
In restaurants, you have to do the exact same thing, the exact same way, with a new set of obstacles. That's the juice.
I need today to be perfect.
This is The Bear.
FX's The Bear, the final season. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
With Chime, you bank fee-free. And
you get 5% cash back, like in restaurants.
Even monthly bills and streaming services. Park it in a high-yield savings account, and voila. We're on vacation. Chime is America's #1 choice for banking.
Don't trust us. At Liquid IV, our formulas are clinically tested with leading hydration researchers, doctors, and scientists. Because science-backed hydration isn't something we say, it's something we prove. Don't trust us. Trust the science.
A home serve story. Kim's home water line broke. She's panicking because she can't find a contractor. Pam's line broke too, but she's not worried because she has a plan from HomeServe. Kim settled for this guy. Pam had a qualified HomeServe contractor. Kim was shocked by her bill. Pam's plan paid for the cost of covered repairs. Choose HomeServe or chance it.
Plans from HomeServe start at just $4.99 a month. Call 1-833-434-6925 or visit homeserve.com.
Well, we are back here in Portland. 0-0 our score between the Carolina Blaze and the Portland Cascade. Jeff Arnold, Daniel Lowry, and Savannah Collins with you on this beautiful night. Great pitching matchup. So far, we have seen only 1 combined hit between Pickens and Brown. Brown has picked up 4 strikeouts, and nice to see the start also that Carlin Pickens has gotten off to.
Yeah, she's been throwing well as Kenzie Brown. You can't ask for anything better, honestly. 2 solid rookies, and they are just squaring off toe-to-toe. You love to see it. That stuff gets me excited, Jeff. Just so you know, if you're learning about me, it's our first game together. 0-0 ball games get me going, because I feel like at times we've seen in the college game and evolve a little bit, be a little bit more offensive. So elite pitchers going at it with a little bit of a bigger strike zone is right up my alley.
You know what I was going to say, that I never would have known that you were a former pitcher yourself.
No?
I wasn't sure, but I'm glad you cleared it up for me. The Dallas into right field, and Ocasio is there to make the play for out number 1. Well, we're really pleased to be joined in our chair chat tonight by Karen Weekly, who was Carlin Pickens' head coach at Tennessee. First of all, how are things going for you, Karen? What is it like to be here in Portland?
Oh, it is awesome to be here in Portland. I don't know if you know, but just Seattle area, north of Seattle, that's where I was raised. So this is kind of my stomping grounds. I played and coached a lot of softball in this part of the country, and there's no better place to be in the summertime.
Coach, you got the opportunity to see a golden ticket be presented in Knoxville right in front of your eyes, and now you get the opportunity to see that golden ticket recipient, Carlin Pickens, in person. How do you bottle up what that was like for you?
You know, I'm getting goosebumps just you reminding me of that moment on our field, and really just the whole 4 years with Carlin. I will say this till the day I die, and I told her when she broke the speed record, I said, I'm going to make it my mission to make sure people know that you're an even better person than you are a pitcher. And that's saying a lot, because she is immensely talented, but she is loyal, she is true, she is a great teammate. She's just so compassionate and caring. She has this amazing balance of confidence and humility. Carlin's never going to point a finger at anybody. She takes ownership of everything she does out there. And man, it was just such a special 4 years coaching her, and now getting to watch her in the pro ranks and watch her go about her business. And, it's like watching that freshman all over again. And the thing about her is the growth mindset is incredible.
What a catch made by Alicia Ocasio falling down.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, I mean, you've been in this game longer than most, and it is incredible to watch, but you've seen a bunch of different women's pro leagues. What makes AUSL so special and really stand out to you?
Look at this crowd. I mean, this is unbelievable. You know, this game's starting at 5 o'clock on a Tuesday night here in Portland, and the place is packed. And you see that all across the country at these different AUSL sites. It's truly professional, you know, and with Kim Ng as the commissioner now, and just the way they're running the teams. I mean, the teams have all the resources that they need. And, you know, that wasn't always the case. And I've watched a lot of the attempts over the years, over 30 years in this business, try and not succeed. And this one is succeeding. And I'm a big AUSL person. Like, there's one league for me, and it's AUSL. And I think the best thing we can do in softball is everybody get behind one league, because that's been a lot of the problem, is dividing our loyalties, dividing our resources, dividing our efforts. And this one's got it going like none ever has, and I think it's only going to get better.
Well, Karen, we know you've gotten to do it a lot at Tennessee, but enjoy watching Carlin tonight and have a great night at the game.
I will. Thank you so much for having me on.
So glad you're here, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, the best in the business, and there Pickens hands out a 4-pitch walk to Megan Grant. That's the third base runner that Pickens has allowed to reach so far. And you look at all the accolades that Carlin Pickens has. 79 miles an hour, Division I record for the fastest pitch. No real surprise, #1 overall pick in the college draft. And you go right from having the year that she did, and now she is right in the mix for AUSL Rookie of the Year.
And it's, I mean, sometimes you'll see that with those rookies that are just able to carry over that confidence from a college season and a college run, right? Like you look at Tennessee and, you know, making it to the Women's College World Series, and just kind of the ups and downs that that team had went through throughout the year, and Pickens at the forefront of it, and that solid ace.
Off the glove of Brito, and everybody's safe. That looked like it took a really tough hop as Cahalan is able to reach base, and a little bit of 2-out traffic now for Portland.
And you're right, this did have a really funky hop. Yeah, do you want your shortstop to make that play? 100%, but I got to give that a hit with just the direction that it was at, the way that her body was turned. I mean, that was a hot shot from Kinley Cahalan.
Well, Danielle, you said it should be a hit, and that is what the official score is ruling it. So Cahalan has been on base twice. Her first hit of the game. Both hits in this game belonging to the Cascade. They're trying to see if they can maybe use some of the traffic to put up a big inning like they did in their last game. But Pickens sees that doesn't happen. Right back to Davidson. Inning is over. Well, if you're Carlin Pickens, you need a little bit of help from your defense every once in a while.
Hey, they do say that defense wins championships, and I wasn't an outfielder, but I know Ocasio can do all the things. But she lays out, makes this great play, lays on the ground for a second, says, hey, I'm just going to relish in this moment. Pickens loving it.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
And now I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi helps people feel significant symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, and can help with remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Skyrizi is only 6 doses a year after 3 starter doses, and is proven to help deliver relief, repair, and remission.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
There's only one way to know how far you'll...
Mango! With our new smoothie inspired by Disney's live-action Moana. Includes a free sticker pack. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat some good.
See Moana in theaters July 10th.
The significance around the navy blue in this glove represents colorectal cancer awareness. My biological family and my adoptive family both have had losses to colon cancer, so I just went ahead and thought that this would be a good year to do a colon glove. I'm just wearing my emotions, wearing my heart on my hand this season, and I couldn't be prouder.
Well, our feature presented by LabCorp, the official consumer health testing partner of the AUSL. Jeff Arnold, Daniel Laurie, Savannah Collins with you. And, you know, as you hear what was said there by Mackenzie Clark, as you look at all the stuff that she did when she was a member of the Clemson Tigers, you know, we would be remiss if we didn't mention that Paige Sinicki, who is dealing with her own battle right now with stage 2 breast cancer on the Cascade roster, she is back on their active roster right now. It's incredible.
She is back. Actually got the chance to talk with the GM, Jamie Loprice, earlier on today just about that, with her being back. But this is a 23-year-old that was diagnosed with this that didn't run in her family. So I think that, to me, is something to think about if you were watching this game, that it is just always important to do your due diligence of those little things and making sure you're checking for stuff like that. But I think the one thing that Jamie had mentioned to me was when she was going through chemo and going through like the grind of all of it, the one thing the doctors continued to keep saying, and why at times, I'm not going to say necessarily it was easier, but she was able to grind through the treatment and be in the position that she's in now, is because she was so young and fit and healthy. So incredible that she is back out here, makes her team better. I mean, incredible, inspiring story.
We're going to touch on it a little bit more in the next inning, as there's a strikeout for Mackenzie Brown, but so uplifting, and, you know, one of the best stories in sports, I think, when she's able to get back on the diamond. So we've got a real pitcher's duel in our hands. This is exactly what it's all about for you, Danielle. Pickens and Brown going at it tonight.
This is what I request when I come into town, Jeff. I'm going to need one game of a good close pitcher's duel to start us off.
Brown, a couple of strikeouts in the last inning, also worked around some traffic. As there's a strike taken by Kennedy, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dakota Kennedy, not easy to strike out, but she was the first strikeout victim for Kenzie Brown tonight. Taps this foul at home plate. One and 2 against Dakota Kennedy. Just got a piece of that one. Another changeup.
Another change, and I think that's really kind of been the difference maker for Kenzie Brown. Number one, she's been able to really get ahead of these hitters. When you can work ahead and you get to 0-2, you can play a little bit. You can climb that ladder if you need, but to me, it's really been the efficiency with that off speed that she's commanded well. And she actually shakes to go back to it. The original pitch was supposed to be that rise ball, so the accountability in those moments of these pitchers knowing, like, hey, this is what I want to throw. And she goes back to that changeup, and I love it. I love the free reign for these athletes. Pitches are being called from the dugout, but at the end of the day, you got to feel it in your gut if you want to throw it, and she shook.
Kennedy gets a piece of this one. You know, you see Kenzie Brown, you see Carlin Pickens, and you think, why is the AUSL going to be so successful? Why have so many people come and watched? It's matchups like this that you're getting, and two of the best pitchers in the country over the last couple of years duking it out tonight here in Portland. Got her.
Wow.
Went back to it.
There really is something special about seeing this stuff in person, right? Like seeing these pitchers in person, man, it makes a difference.
Friday night, the AUSL season continues with the Carolina Blaze heading to Texas to face the Volts at 7 Eastern. Catch it on ESPNU and watch every pitch on the ESPN app. Klingler swings and misses. She has had one of the better at-bats against Brown in this game. Ended up reaching a rare error by Sis Bates back in the second inning. In the air, center field. Falby is under it, makes the play. And so 1-2-3 frame, the second one of those put together by Brown. Still looking for our first run tonight.
Tell me what I can't be. Tell me I'm not good enough, smart enough, strong enough. Tell me I don't belong at the top. Tell me I don't look the right way, talk the right way, act the right way. Tell me no one will watch. Tell me I shouldn't get paid what I'm worth. Tell me I can't be competitive, loud, opinionated. Tell me I can't have it all. Tell me I can't be the boss, the CEO, the president. Tell me what I can't be, and I'll show you who I am. I am unlimited.
This is what you get with cubic zirconia status.
This is Hill Nana's diamond status.
They upgraded us last week.
When you want an upgrade that actually feels like an upgrade, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
When you need fast relief from your backed up gut, Mirafast works naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes. Mirafast acts faster, works gently. Now find Mirafast in the kids aisle for gentle, worry-free constipation relief.
The place you call home is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. Home is where you make all your best memories. Backyard campouts, early morning coffees. Oh, left. Well, it's your yard now. Because it's not just the home we protect, it's all the memories you make there. Nice work, you two. Come on, buddy. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
Welcome back to Portland. No score here yet, and there was raucous applause for this athlete right here when her name was called out to join the line. Paige Sinicki, who got a stage 2 breast cancer diagnosis back in November. She underwent surgery, started radiation last month after 8 rounds of chemo, and tonight she is back on the field. She was cleared to practice last week. Today was put active on the roster for the first time this season. All those months she worked out continuously through chemo, through radiation, with the goal to get back out on this softball field. Her motto was 1 for 1, taken each day at a time. And tonight, if she's in the field or on the base pass, she'll have on a chest protector just underneath her jersey to protect those spots where she had her incisions from her surgery. So while Paige is cleared and ready to go, that's something tonight that she's using. Just make sure whether she's diving, because she will, that she is ready to be back on this ball field. Paige, we're so happy we might see you out there for the first time tonight.
An absolutely incredible story, and for Paige Sinicki, what she can do for those who are currently in the fight against breast cancer, and what she's done, been so inspiring. And here's a quote that she just had: everyone's priority, Paige, myself, medical and leadership with AUSL, Paige's long-term health, and then softball, but just how she's been able to keep up so many elements of her regular routine. I mean, the level of toughness and the inspiration she's become, it's something that's very impressive.
And just for the ultimate support from the GM and Jamie Loprice and coaches and teammates, and I'm sure that that has kind of been a little bit of dangling fruit throughout the process too, of like, hey, like, I'm going to fight this, we're going to get back, and I'm going to get out there. And, sometimes those little goals can help get you through the hard days.
Oh, and Bates got hit there by Carlin Pickens. 75 miles an hour there from Carlin Pickens, and you were just hopeful that Sis Bates is okay. I mean, Danielle, you were talking about it right off the top when Carlin Pickens went out there in the first inning. You have almost no reaction time to anything that she's throwing.
And you think of, too, Sis Bates. I mean, she's just this teeny tiny little thing, right? A little, has that slap game, that middle infielder, and 75 miles an hour is going to hurt anybody that it hits. But gosh, it just, that goes to show how tough Sis Bates really is. Probably be in my feelings on the turf. Man. Just kind of rides away from her and looks like it just got not on that elbow guard, but just up underneath, and then got the other hand and all the things. Scary.
Those guards can provide a little bit of protection, but only so much. But she stays in the game, and there's a strike into Falby. It's 0-1.
Well, if you're Portland Cascade right now, we got none outs, and there's a runner on first base. Like, now is our time to try to take advantage of the speed. You think of Sis Bates and the speed threat that she is, if she's feeling good over there at first, but then also Kendra Falby and what she brings to the table. And I heard Amanda Scarborough say this, you know, a couple days ago from Chucky. The big thing they're going to have to utilize at times is that speed.
That's hit out to left field, off the glove of Kennedy. It's going to roll to the wall. Bates is going to roll home. Here's the throw in. And it's Falby who stops at third. Well, you see a little bit of that speed, and Portland in front of this huge crowd strikes first.
Kendra Falby stepping up. This was huge. Having Sis Bates back. Look at where third base is. Gold all the way in, thinking she's going to bunt it, and she absolutely rips it to the left side. Gets behind Dakota Kennedy. I do think it's a hot shot, but I also believe that's a ball that needs to be kept in front, and gets by her, and quick run on the board here for Portland.
Yeah, and one of the things that you have to factor in, as we said earlier, this is a turf surface, so it is going to get on you a little bit quicker. Strike taken by Sydney Stewart, and it's 1-1.
She didn't have a whole lot of time to think about the injury with the quick hit by Kendra Falby, where she had to turn on the wheels.
You can still see that she's a little bit shaken up, though, after getting hit by that pitch, and that is one that she will feel tomorrow. But it all ends with her scoring from first base. And the Cascade are able to get on the board.
I feel like I always look for Sis Bates when she's smiling and when she's not, because 99.9% of the time she always is. She's someone that has played this game with such joy. She's been a pleasure to watch when she played at the University of Washington, and so when she doesn't have that smile on, you know, like, hey, there maybe something isn't feeling right.
Stewart's able to foul this one off, and that's big for the Cascade. They come off that 8-4 win against Oklahoma City on Sunday. They just snapped a 3-game losing streak. All 3 of those losses were decided by a run rule. Now they ran into Chicago, is in that hot stretch. Stewart goes down on strikes, but you get that one big win and a chance to build. And it really feels like, Danielle, that for both teams, it is going to start right now with this series.
For sure. Both of these two teams are like so close together. You look at the top 3 teams that are going to get a chance to make it to play in College Station and try to be a champion.
Coming home, throw to the plate. Ball comes out of the glove of Atwood. Falby is safe. And Sacco Ferry's going to get up to second base, make it 2 runs in this inning for Portland.
When you see Reese walk out there and just kind of mouth to Carla Pickens, my bad. And she was dead at home. You see the defense is pulled in. Laird makes the throw, and it just, when she makes that tag, kind of goes right into the glove and not able to hold on to it. And this is, and you can just sense the frustration and the look on her face there with this, but that's a play that catchers need to be able to glove up. I know it happens, but 2 runs up on the board here for Portland, and you like the answer back after Sis Bates had to take the 75-mile-an-hour drop ball.
So Sacco Ferry goes up to second base on the throw, but not what Carolina wanted to have happen, especially with how well Carlin Pickens has been pitching in this game. It had felt like she had turned a corner, but this inning she's just run into a little bit of bad luck.
And when I say that at times playing pro can speed up, it's like that at times could be an example, right? Like we hit the leadoff hitter, and then that next hitter jumps on a pitch, and the speed comes to play, and then all of a sudden you're like, dang, how did this happen so quickly? And those are kind of sometimes the reset moments for pitchers or somebody defensively, like who's going to call time here? Who's going to try to slow the game down a little bit and take a breather and go let her know, hey, you're good, we got you.
Out to left field, Kennedy watches it land foul. This is a huge chance here for the Cascade. You've got Pickens on the ropes. You're getting some production out of the bottom part of your order, and you're just about to flip the lineup card, and guess who's looming not too far away in Megan Grant. That is off the screen, and it's going to be a wild pitch. It advances Sacco Ferry to third base. Pickens leading the AUSL in wild pitches this year, and she uncorked that one.
And sometimes it can be that off-speed pitch that'll maybe get away from her a little bit, and at times it'll rise up.
Out to second base, coming home, safe. Vidalis hits it to the right side. Sacco Ferry comes in to score. Portland's got a 3-run inning.
Like you said, just like that, they are up 3. Tori Vidalis, I mean, this is 76 miles an hour that Pickens, and she kind of got fisted on it, able to hit it to the right side, and with the speed of Sacco Ferry, able to get in there and add on another insurance run here for Portland.
Were you a little bit surprised that Laird decided to come home there? I mean, it was a bang-bang play, and it, you know, did you want to get the out? I mean, I can understand why you'd want to try and go for it at home.
I feel like the play previously she was in more, so when she made that throw and it was got by Reese Atwood at home in the glove, she was pinched more in towards home plate, but she was back a little bit too far, and I think that really was just the biggest difference, was where she was playing defensively a little bit more back. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised based on where she was standing, but was closer than I anticipated it.
That's been a little unconventional, but Portland has got themselves 3 runs in this inning. And Otis takes 4 out of the strike zone, so she is on base. And if you're Tariah Flowers, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. 2 on, 1 out in the inning. Grant about to come up, and first there's going to be a meeting at the circle with Pickens and her defense.
And this definitely was just a quick inning that seemed to get away. And these are all kind of like little learning moments too, right? Like, I mean, you've had 2 rookies in Kinsey Brown and Carlin Pickens that have been absolutely going at it, and we're still always learning about ourselves in the circle and the little things. But you have Emma Lemley out in the bullpen getting ready to go if need be, but I like the calling of time here to not only give Lemley a little bit more time to go out in the outfield and get ready, but just to try to slow things down for Carlin Pickens and his defense, because it is kind of dangerous with who's coming up.
Yeah, Megan Grant, well known the year that she has had, a career season at UCLA where she set the NCAA single season record with 42 home runs. She also played for the basketball team, by the way, which was pretty remarkable, and then has come to the AUSL, tied for the home run lead, as we said earlier, with Sammy Williams, but they're going to stick with Carlin Pickens. At least that is what it appears to be. So what do we have here exactly? Tariah Flowers, she is out now. And speaking to Scott Mayer, the home plate umpire, and whatever message I think Mayer delivered, it was not one that is making the Cascade coaching staff very happy.
I just was wondering if it was something like defensively, substitution-wise. I wish we had like the mics, but only up to us.
Yeah, Jason Gwynn, not a happy camper over there at third base, and he's waiting while Tariah Flowers continues to talk to Scott Mayer. We're going to try and find out, I think, exactly what's going on here. I don't know, it was maybe some kind of signal made to Lendley to bring her in or something like that. We're going to wait and see, but there's been a lengthy delay here as we wait for Megan Grant to come up to the plate.
Yeah.
What we do know now is that this is a rules-related discussion. We're just trying to figure out. Well, the good thing is the umps are mic'd up, so let's listen.
Go. Now, the Cascade want her removed, and I'm saying that's umpire jeopardy. They would not have gone out if I said that they'd already got a change.
You either eject him or call it umpire jeopardy.
Right.
I mean, they've got a choice.
Well, no.
They can remove her, but they can also.
Well, if he asked and he told him yes, then that's on us.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Because he asked and he told me yes. I was on the night trying to erase it, but I couldn't get anything. Okay.
Yeah. So we're all in agreement that is umpire jeopardy. That's on us. So.
This happened the first weekend out, and they said they have to make it. This isn't an umpire jeopardy.
Well, it seems like the umpires are admitting to an error that they made, and whatever that error is, Danielle, it does not appear to be fixable.
No, and it appears to be frustrating for Coach Tariah Flowers, as you heard her kind of make the comment that, oh, this is something that happened the first weekend out. When we get 100% clarity on this, for sure, we'll let everybody know, but definitely Portland is frustrated about it.
Well, you know what a couple members of the Cascade were doing as this discussion was taking place? A couple of them came out of the first base dugout and they started to get the crowd going, and this place could reach a fever pitch if Megan Grant can have a moment here. 2 on with 1 out, and Pickens gets it by Grant, strike 1.
I mean, if you're Carlin Pickens, this is when you need to try to just take a breather, slow it down a little bit, a lot of time in between.
1 ball and 1 strike. Remember earlier in the year, Grant had the 313-foot bomb off of Pickens. It was Grant's first hit and first homer in the AUSL, and 1-2. And she was out in front of that pitch from Pickens.
So good. 67 miles an hour. That is her off speed. Pretty incredible. 7 of her 11 hits have been home runs. And those are things that are always in the back of your head as a pitcher. You know it, right? Like, you know those hitters in a lineup where you're like, yep, they beat me, and I cannot have them beat me again.
Lays off. 3-2. There is a base open, but it would load them up for Kenley Cahalan, who is waiting on deck and who's been on base twice. Warning, home run ahead is the sign.
And this is when, Jeff, you honestly, you think about this league and being able to have these home bases and Portland be able to be home and have this crowd and the feel and the atmosphere. That's the beauty of being able to come home and what it feels like to look around and have everybody cheering for you. Man, at times it just makes such a difference.
Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout for Carlin Pickens. A real battle there between Grant and Pickens. That's the second time that Pickens has struck her out in this game.
This is such a good pitch, but to me it's the location. Look at that down. This is her changeup, 66 miles an hour. She did not go back in the wheelhouse on the hands of Megan Grant at all in that at bat. She lived away, she got ahead, and was able to go with one of her toughest pitches in her arsenal with that changeup when it mattered.
I mean, Portland, they have 3 runs in this inning, but if Carolina manages to come back, you are going to look at that last at bat, and that could be a potential turning point in the game. First, Pickens has got to find her way out of this inning. 2 outs, 2 on. There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
And that's a good pitch. You look at that pitch, that's river, and that's something that Cahalan mentioned, about just the difference in this league has been that strike zone, having to adjust as a hitter and just not able to in that at bat.
Serious power there from Carlin Pickens. Back-to-back strikeouts, but 3 runs for the Cascade. They have got the lead going to the 5th.
The journey to equality is not easy. It's not quick. It's not done. We're fighting to level the playing field, advocating for equity, and setting the standard for generations to come. After 50 years of changing the game, our work is far from over. We choose to fight to protect the progress we've made, because when girls play, they lead and we all win.
Liquid IV hydrates better than water alone, but don't trust us. At Liquid IV, our formulas are clinically tested and validated with leading hydration researchers, doctors, and scientists. Develop, research, reformulate, validate until we get it right. Because science-backed hydration isn't something we say, it's something we prove. Don't trust us, trust the science.
Well, our celebration of the game is brought to you by Sephora, the exclusive beauty partner of the AUSL. After she got hit, Sis Bates ends up coming in to score, and then a couple of fielders' choices yield some runs. A little bit of a breakdown with the defense by Carolina, and maybe unconventional, but they scored 3 times, and this is a moment we have all been waiting for. Paige Sinicki, dealing with stage 2 breast cancer. She is back on the team's roster. She is in the field, and an incredible moment here. This is the best thing you're going to see on television today. I think it's one of the best things you're going to see in sports all year, honestly, and I'm not one who uses hyperbole all that much, but really inspirational and really powerful stuff as she takes the field.
Oh, man. I mean, definitely kind of one of those moments that hit you a little bit deeper in the game. It's bigger than the game, and she is back, baby. She is out there. She has gone through treatment. She is cleared. She is coming out on the other side of this thing.
Cahalan is there. 1 pitch and 1 out as Cagle is retired. I mean, it's tough not to get emotional about it. I mean, if your eyes are watering a little bit, we promise you, you are not the only ones.
And I think, too, it just showcased that strength to your teammates and the support that she has been able to have throughout this whole journey that she's been grinding with. She talks about her teammates, her family, most importantly, but the support that her teammates have been able to give her, and probably just some different outlooks on some things.
It kind of makes you bring it all in perspective. I think it also probably makes you realize just how much playing softball means to you. Brito pops it up. Sinicki going out. Sliding attempt. Otis not able to come up with it. And Brito is going to get in his second base. So a tough play. It was in no man's land. But now here comes Carolina with a runner at second.
Man, and I thought maybe the no-hitter was going to stand, Jeff. It did not. This is the first hit of the game for the Carolina Blaze, and you like the layout and the attempt by Otis out there and right, but just not able to glove it up in the first hit here for the Blaze in the top of the 5th.
And it took them till 1 out in the 5th. A couple times through the order. Laird drops it down. This is foul for strike 1. Now, in the last inning, you might remember that there was a long conversation between the umpires and the Portland coaching staff. We think that it had to do with the number of conferences that Carolina was awarded to go out for Carlin Pickens in that inning. Sinicki with an opportunity. That's beautiful.
The extra cheers.
She's in the game now.
This is just a little bleeder, and she's able to go get it, gets it on that second hop, throws it on the run. Vidalis always looking for that next play. You love to see it, but what I've heard about two conferences is that you usually have to pull the pitcher when you go out there for the second time. And
into deep left field by Gold. That's off the wall. Takes a funny carom off the fence. Brito's able to score. Gold's going to keep on going. They're going to try and send her home. She makes it all the way around. Anna Gold with an inside the park home run. 3-2 Portland now. What a bounce she got off the wall, and she never broke stride.
Well, first and foremost, this was an absolute laser. This is 75 miles an hour off the bat and just hits a funky spot on the wall, and you see it bounce all the way off, and then you have to reroute yourself if you're Saco Ferry and left. But Anna Gold scooting the bases. How fast did she get around there? Absolutely insane. Her stride. Coach Leftwich sending her home, no doubt, is a sure thing inside the Parker.
And you know the player on this Carolina team that needed that offensively? It's Anna Gold. She came in 4 for 31 at the plate, and she got the right bounce. The softball gods were nice, and we've got a game again, 3-2. Ocasio takes low, ball 1.
I don't think I've ever asked anyone this. Do you just put it in there as a straight up home run in the scorebook, or do you do like inside the park home run?
I mean, I just gave it a home run because that's what I'm not going to forget.
Yeah, yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, some people like to be really fancy with their scorecards. I don't know what you like to do. I try and keep it as simple as possible, and then I use all the different colors to kind of jog my memory. Flip down the line, fair ball. Ocasio turns first base. Kenzie Brown, she was cruising along. Had a no-hitter going until this inning. Double inside the park homer, and now the tying run is on base for Carolina.
Well, and a nice job by Ocasio to just turn the lineup back over, trying to continue that momentum. She just kind of gets a little bit jammed up on the inside part with that changeup, but finding a way to continue to keep going. And my boy Eric Rue telling us that that was the 3rd inside the park home run in AUSL history, but the 2nd of the year. So love that we're getting all the little nuggets. I thought I was going to see Eric Rue. Thank you.
Don't worry, he is a well-traveled man around the AUSL, so you very well might see him at some point. But great note and a great moment for Anna Gold and the Blaze. These are 2 big games for them as well. Leach runs up and misses.
And I just think too, like, you think about the response of, you know, Pickens in that last inning, and stuff kind of got away really, really quickly. Well, we got punched, but we're going to go and we're just absolutely going to punch back and kind of continue to give life into our pitcher in the circle. And I always think those are kind of the most important pieces that continue to give your pitcher life, right? Like, they're touching the ball every single play, and at times there's nothing worse than when stuff just spirals and gets out of control. But you love that have her back mentality.
Swing and a miss. Leach goes down on strikes. She is retired, but Anna Gold gets a much needed hit, and it just so happens to be an inside the park home run. 3-2 our score, middle of the 5th.
I switched Moose to Blue Life Protection Formula Senior. I used to feed him Purina 1 until I found out it has chicken byproduct meal. Blue's got deboned chicken, brown rice, oatmeal, and barley, plus fish oil and glucosamine, which help protect his joint health and our walks.
Love them like family, feed them like family.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away With Tremfya, clear skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya is the first and only treatment of its kind proven to help stop further joint damage. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections, or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water.
The AUSL is sponsored by Miralax, and this was back on Saturday. I want to talk about fireworks on the 4th of July, courtesy of Bree Ellis and the Utah Talons, who were able to walk it off against Carolina and Carlin Pickens. Huge moment there. The Utah crowd was loving it. And Utah continues to play great softball. 13-5, they're in first place. But they're suddenly looking over their shoulder a little bit because the Bandits are winners of 7 straight games, which is tied for the second longest win streak in AUSL history. And then it's good to have Maya Brady back, and again, showing why she is one of the best hitters in the league.
Incredible. Yeah, you could tell that the Spark really missed her, kind of giving that little extra pep in their step, having her back in that leadoff spot.
Sailed center field. Leach comes over and makes the catch. Davidson is retired on 1 pitch. And one other note, as you said, Danielle, that was the 3rd home inside the park home run in AUSL history when Gold hit it that moved us within a run. The first one was by Morgan Zirkle last year, and then Jadalyn Alchin has got the other Grand Slam hit this year. So the more you know. And here is the first at bat back for Paige Sinicki, who had an opportunity to make a play in the field when she came on the top of the inning. I mean, she could strike out, and I think everybody's going to give her a standing ovation. All her teammates on the top step of the dugout. Teammate battling stage 2 breast cancer, but is back with her club, inspiring so many and getting a chance to play second base tonight. Fouls it off.
Tori Vidalis just eating popsicles, explaining hitting. Typical Tuesday night here in Portland.
And fortunately for the Cascade, there are going to be a lot of upcoming games in Portland. They will play the duration of their schedule at home. Portland, they just got finished with their road slate. They went 8-5 away from home this year. The 8 road wins, the most in the AUSL this season. Sinicki times it up, fouls it off. What an at-bat she's putting together against Pickens.
Yeah, dropped to a quick 0-2 and then continuing to battle, foul some pitches off. You love to see it, especially facing this type of velo. Your first at-bat back.
Sinicki puts it in play. Laird throws on to first and gets the out. Thursday night on ESPNU, it's an Athletes Unlimited softball matchup. Just talked about the Utah Talons. They're in Oklahoma City taking on the Spark. Watch it live and catch every pitch on the ESPN app. Outside for ball 1. Yeah, you talked about this earlier, Danielle, just how the games mean a little bit more because there are only 25 of them, and it's getting down to crunch time for teams trying to make it into the postseason. But you know what? If you are an AUSL fan, you are loving every second of this. And if you are a casual fan, this is time to make it appointment viewing, because it is a battle for the playoffs right now.
And that's what makes it so fun too, is when you have a couple of those teams that are really just grinding it out. You look at Utah, those Talons have been doing the thing from the very beginning. They've been so good, continuing the momentum of winning last year. And you look at Chicago, like I had mentioned, kind of on that heater, winning the last 7 games, are really coming together. I mean, lead this league offensively with a 325 clip as a team. So good, tough to get out. And then on the flip side, I'm kind of, you know, you have Portland and then Carolina right behind them. So I think these games mean so much to both of these teams, not only to make a push to put yourself in that 3 spot to make it to the championship, but momentum for the rest of the season.
Falvey's a strikeout victim. Pickens has got things back on track, but Cascade still with a 1-run lead.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors. No artificial flavors. No artificial sweeteners. And 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water. Is it in you?
Protecting what you care about is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we have a plan to protect just about anything, like this car. Up, up. And this awesome bike. The stuff in that apartment you're renting, it's protected. This golf cart, it's protected. Hey, don't worry, that phone's protected too. Protection for just about every part of life, no matter what kind of life you have. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
If I'm a parent today and I'm looking for a place where my daughter is going to be valued, I think about Little League softball.
It all starts at that young age. Those girls going out there.
See how it is. See how you like it. It's so fun. Softball allows you to not only be the person that you are, but to then grow her.
Get past that point of, oh man, like, I'm not good. No, I am good. I can do this.
The game taught me to believe in myself.
I want young girls to fall in love with softball.
Well, let's take a look at the 2-out rally presented by Miralax.
I mean, we have to go with the inside the Parker. I mean, not only for the bounce off the fence, but to me, it's the speed around the base pass. Fire me up. I love the answer back from the Blaze after getting punched with a 3 spot. The answer back with a quick 2.
And thanks to Miralax, an official partner of the AUSL. A big moment for Anna Gold. She comes through for her team, as we said, the 3rd inside the park home run in AUSL history, the 2nd one this year. Jadalyn Alchin of Utah had the first one, and then last year Morgan Zirkle had the first ever one in AUSL history. So Carolina, they are down by a run, but they are going to have 2, 3, and 4 coming up, and it's going to start with Reese Atwood, who has been the best hitter this year for the Blaze. Atwood came in with her 6 homers, tied for 3rd in the AUSL, 3rd in slugging, 3rd in RBIs, 5th in batting average. Two balls and no strikes. You know what I've enjoyed, Danielle, we were talking about this between innings. Although both pitchers allowed runs in the 5th frame, it could have gotten off the rails for both, and it didn't.
Yeah, I agree. They found ways to continue to kind of buckle down, and it can be easy to, oh man, poor me. You can feel defeated in a moment where you've been absolutely cruising in a game, and all of a sudden a team finds a way to make adjustments, but they continue to keep battling. And
2-2. Not an easy thing to do when you are a first-year professional pitcher, but the stages that both Pickens and Brown have been on. They're a little bit different. Pitch is high to Atwood, and it's 3-2.
I just feel like the short-term memory has to be in the forefront of your mind when stuff does happen, because you're going to get to pitch again. You're going right away. You're getting the ball back. And these are all pitchers, especially these rookies, that have just made such an impact on both these teams.
Atwood takes ball 4. It's the first time that she has been on in this game. She came in having homered in 3 consecutive games, 3 consecutive multi-RBI games as well. But instead, she'll take her free ticket, and now it comes to Dakota Kennedy, who struck out both times that she has faced Brown. Strike 1. Oh, 2, still located at this juncture in the game.
Well, and what excites me the most about this start from Kenzie Brown is that she's still here in the 6th, right? You look at a couple previous starts, at times where she's had her struggles. Man, she's made adjustments this game. And I think that, to me, is what really stands out. Is you need a pitcher like this to be absolutely on and money when you're in the nitty-gritty of the season with only, a couple weeks left, and really kind of coming into her own. And she's shown glimpses of it, but man, the way that she's been able to throw today, yeah, she's given up a couple runs, but I just think that she has been so on.
8 strikeouts today for Kenzie Brown. She had 10 earlier this year on June 14th at Utah, when she threw 7 innings of 1-run softball, punched out 10 hitters. Now Brown still in rhythm. 0-2 here against Klingler. Beautiful night here in Portland as they kick off their season-ending homestand, and what a great crowd. One-two coming for Brown. Hit softly, shortstop. There's one, but they will not try and get Klingler on the back end. Well, we're talking about Kenzie Brown with a little more about her. Here's Savannah Collins.
Okay, so you may know a baseball cutter, 2 fingers over the laces, and that's a pitch that's going to cut towards the glove hand side of a baseball thrower, so right-handed to go right to left. But Kenzie Brown has a cutter. First softball player I've ever met that can throw that pitch, and it's unique. You may think on TV it looks like a slower rise ball, but it is an entirely different pitch. It can cut in on lefties and righties, and it's one of the things that makes her so dynamic. Danielle, when you heard about this pitch, what did you think?
Where has this pitch been my whole life? Why didn't I try to throw something like this? And what makes this pitch so tough is she can base it off of a righty or a lefty. And to try to describe it to a viewer where you may fully understand, a cutter essentially is what you'd think of. Let's put a right-handed hitter in the mix. It's almost going to seem like a screwball, like it has this inward tail, but it's going to bite up almost with this rise ball feel. And that, to me, is something that is so important, right? I have to be able to go up. We know she has that rise ball. You know she can go down. The change piece has been very active today. We've seen it. But the ability to be able to go in on both hitters with a little bit of up and a little bit of tight edge, I mean, that really at times is the difference maker for her, especially today.
That pitch has been working out well, too. Change up. Cagle strikes out. And Brown is through 6 innings.
This is where the league's best thrive. Where unforgettable moments linger. What a catch! And the magic of the game comes to life. This may lead the park. Back on its way out of here. This is where it's at.
This is why I love this game.
Major League Baseball, all season on ESPN.
Look out for signs of dehydration. Liquid IV is the only sugar-free hydration product on the market clinically demonstrated to hydrate faster than water alone. Hydrate with Liquid IV sugar-free.
Start a brand new day with Poppy's Cherry Limeade, Wild Berry, and friendly new neighborhood flavor lemonade. Sip like a hero with Poppy. Spider-Man, brand new day in theaters July 31st.
With Chime, you bank fee-free. And
you get 5% cash back, like at restaurants, or gas, or groceries, even bills and streaming.
all right, no more megaphone. Chime is America's #1 choice for banking.
I'm Keegan-Michael Key, and Ore-Ida invented tater tots. Anyone else is just an imitator. Keegan-Cycle Key here for Mega Tots, flavorless fuel. Or you can have delicious flavor with an Ore-Ida tater tot. Give me that! Woo! Ore-Ida, there's only one original.
What a night it's been for AUSL softball. Take a look at your game summary. Cascade, they got 3 runs. They were all unearned in the 4th inning, a little bit unconventional. And then you had Anna Gold hit an inside the park home run when it took a funny carom off the fence in left field. And so what a night it's been at Hillsborough Ballpark. Jeff Arnold, Danielle Laurie, Savannah Collins with you. And a pivotal AUSL matchup between 2 teams in the Cascade and the Blaze, who are within a half game of each other coming in. Right now the Cascade in playoff position. They're the 3rd team. And this year in the playoffs, you have a play-in game between the 3rd and the 2nd seeds. And the winner of that will then go on to play the #1 seed. But there is a lot of time to figure things out. And we're not quite sure who is going to be making it to the next stage. Ball 4. Sydney Stewart is on base to open up the bottom of the 6th. Here are those standings. I don't know, Danielle, what do you think? I mean, Utah, as you said, I agree with you. I think they're a lock. Chicago, it's going to be really hard to stop them, especially with all the players that they've gotten back from Japan. Portland, Carolina, I don't know, does OKC make some kind of a run?
I mean, they can, but I feel like the way that Chicago's been playing it, they just seem like they are a solid lock in that 2 spot if they're able to continue kind of that momentum. But I do know with Portland in the 3 spot, if they're able to come away with doing some damage in this series, they are actually going to be playing Chicago. So to me, it's all about that momentum.
Nice pickup and throw with Brito retiring Sacco Ferry at first, and Stewart moves up to 2nd. Thursday night on ESPNU, it's an Athletes Unlimited Softball League matchup. The Utah Talons are in Oklahoma City. Take you on the Spark, watch it live, and catch every pitch on the ESPN app. So here's the Dallas, and going back to what we were talking about, yeah, the way that the Chicago Bandits are playing right now. I mean, it was a couple of weeks ago, and Shonda Stanton was saying, you know, until we got all our players back, it was about trying to get to 500. Well, then all their players returned from the Japan Diamond League. Throw down to 3rd. Not in time as Stewart is able to advance when that pitch got away. And now Portland has a chance at a big add-on run here at the bottom of the 6th. But at the same token, Chicago's turning on in a way that, you know, your eyes widen when you look at some of the box scores and some of the offensive nights that they've put together.
Yeah, they're hot, and it comes down to being able to be hot at the right time. And that is really, you want to start out and do great, but how can we continue to keep climbing the mountain? When I really think about the kind of the difference in this league this year, to me, it's really been the pitchers. I mean, last year they combined for 8 complete games total in the league. There's been over 26 this year, and the Talents have 10 of them. So to me, that just goes to show what has made them so successful. You don't have elite level pitching, very tough. They've been consistent with that across the board, but the complete games, hitting in the college game has taken such an upspin, but I love that the pitching has evened out the playing field a little bit here. I love a little bit of a bigger zone. I think you should be able to get a little bit off the plate with the technology and all the things, you know, boo-hoo up here in the booth, but the hitters can go and take, 500 reps off your rise ball with some of these machines that they can face all the time. So I respect a little bit of a bigger zone.
7th pitch of the at-bat, 3-2. Pickens got it by her. Strikes out Vidalis.
Well, this is clutch by Carlin Pickens. That runner on third base, you want to keep them exactly where they are and give your team that fighting chance in the top of the 7th with a run ball game. A 2-run ball game seems a little different going up against Kenzie Brown.
And that gets away. That's another interesting way to get an add-on run as Stewart is able to score. 4-2, Portland. Well, that's big for Portland here as Atwood sailed it.
I just feel like there's just been a couple little defensive miscues for Reese behind the dish that has been uncharacteristic, that we don't normally see. Offensively, we know where she's at, and she's been that stable staple behind the plate, but that one that got away from her on the tag, and then that one right there that got by on a goal. Part of the game, it happens. You can tell she's feeling it.
Fouled back. Well, that's a big run for Portland, not only for the reason you mentioned, Danielle, but this year Portland, they have not lost when scoring 4 runs or more. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. As Coach Flowers watches on there. This is fouled at home plate. Coach who loves the way that her team has come together. She said it didn't take long and that they've developed a real bond, even going back to spring training that they had in Vero Beach. It's not always that you see that in the pro ranks where a team gels together right away. 2-2. Got a strikeout. 9 strikeouts on the game for Carlin Pickens, but work to do for Carolina going to the 7th.
In softball, we learn that respect and teamwork make all the difference. It's also true in life. Being a good teammate means encouraging and standing up for others. Together we can build a world where everyone feels safe, supported, and empowered. Because how you treat people, that's what makes a true champion.
Tell me something good.
Cheerios is made with oats.
Tell me that you love me. Yeah.
I love bees.
Cheerios, made with tasty whole grain oats for a day full of good.
Yes, go, go! Another one. To focus on your game, you gotta clear your head. The active ingredient in Head & Shoulders nourishes your scalp and works to fight dandruff at the source. That way you can concentrate on the next play, not the flakes.
Own the pitch, not the itch.
Season 2 of Athletes Unlimited Softball League loading. Ignited by a record-setting inaugural season, a bold new era in softball is here. Now, 6 teams take the field in their home markets, each stacked with a lineup worthy of the spotlight. The Athletes Unlimited Softball League. This is legendary.
Well, I just feel like it's necessary to talk about Kenzie Brown and how incredible this performance has been. 9 strikeouts on the day, the off speed, the being able to hit solid corners. Listen, she had 8 total strikeouts in her last 3 previous starts. So 9 today, she is on that upward trend, and if she is throwing well, this is huge for this team. When Jamie Loprice was the GM and she put together this team on the draft, the biggest thing that stood out to me was the pitching, being able to get a Kenzie Brown. You had Sam Landry in her experience. You had Carly Hoover, the dark horse. You have Kelly Maxwell with a side piece of Peyton Gottschall, who can come in and knows what it's like to come into games with some pressure. So to me, the pitching is something that is going to be huge for them if they really want to make a big push.
So it looks like that for the Cascades, maybe Kendra Falby got something caught in her eye.
I'm wondering if it's I thought maybe contact?
Maybe contact. In this game, 18 combined strikeouts between Brown and Pickens, which is an AUSL single game record, besting the previous mark, 17, which took place last June 18th when the Blaze and the Volts got together. So we're going to wait a little bit longer as the issue gets addressed on the field. And while we do, we'll tell you that it's an MLB doubleheader Wednesday on ESPN. First, Phillies take on the Reds at 7 Eastern, and it's Diamondbacks and Padres at 10. Catch the matchup live on ESPN and stream every pitch on the ESPN app. Diamondbacks and Padres, but Dodgers are doing it again. 60-32 on the year, running away with it in the National League West. So we're ready to go. First pitch swinging. Brito drops this one in down the line.
Deja vu? I mean, she kind of spoiled the no-hitter that Kenzie Brown was throwing. It started that kind of inning rally where they were able to push 2, and she does it again here in the 7th.
Yeah, a little duck snort that just hit inside the line. As Kenzie Brown sees if she can go the distance. She's facing Laird here, who swings and misses. Outside, 1-1. Well, in the last game, I mean, it was a big part of the reason why the Cascade won was the great start that they got out of Carly Hoover. And kind of starting the trend is Kenzie Brown trying to lead her team to victory. This stays fair, and the tag is applied by Vidalis. So Laird bounces out, advances Brito up to second base. And now here comes Anna Gold, who had the unconventional 2-run inside the park home run that hit off of something on the left field wall and caromed all the way to the left of Saco Ferry and into foul territory.
Yeah, I bet she couldn't do that again if she tried. Hitting it right off the perfect place, and the fence out there, it just hit something so hard and ricocheted off, and man, she has wheels. That was like an easy inside the Parker.
Danielle, if she does it again, we're buying lottery tickets tonight.
Yes.
Gold has had her struggles at the plate of late. That was a big moment for her, but she's continued to play great defense. Hits it to third. Grant looks for the runner back. 2 outs. And Brown needs just one more to finish off a Cascade win tonight. would also mark just the second game in AUSL history where both starting pitchers have gone the distance. Skips in there. Really nice stop by Stewart. It happened a little less than a month ago. Portland and Utah getting together. Kenzie Brown was pitching for Portland. And for Utah, you'd probably guess it, and you'd be right. It's Montana Fouts. Outside corner for a strike. 1-1. 104 pitches deep for Kenzie Brown in what has been a terrific night in the circle. Hit softly. First base. Off to the bag goes Vidalis, and it is over as it's a complete game for Kenzie Brown. What an effort, and another win for the Cascade. They are back at home, and the home crowd is loving it. A 2-run win tonight.
I'm a 200-year-old elm, and while I might be holding up on the outside, on the inside, I'm dead. Oh man, it feels good to just let go. And if you don't have the right home coverage, well, this could break your bank. Switch to Allstate, and you can save hundreds. Put it on my tab. I'll show myself out.
I'm Marcelo Hernandez, and I'll be hosting the ESPYs. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, hey! We said one at a time. No, that's crazy. This is crazy. Why would you throw this?
Marcelo Hernandez hosts the ESPYs on ABC and the ESPN app.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Centre Court.
Quiet, please. Wimbledon continues through July 12th on ESPN, ABC, and the ESPN app.
Well, it was a great night for the Portland Cascade for more than one reason. First of all, they win the game, but for Paige Sinicki, who comes back onto the roster today battling stage 2 breast cancer, she is today's Mizuno play of the game. Let's take a look, presented by Mizuno, the official ball and helmet of the AUSL. First ground ball hit her way, gets the put out, gets a nice ovation from the crowd. But it was a night, it really all started with what happened in the circle. Kenzie Brown going the distance, and she is down on the field with Savannah Collins.
Kenzie, your 5th pro start, picked up your 3rd win. You looked so comfortable out there today. What was it that just allowed you to settle in and, for the most part, cruise through this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy whenever I have my defense and my hitters putting up runs behind me, but honestly, Sid Stu, she works her butt off for me back there, so it's just so comfortable knowing that what I'm going to get whenever I throw.
Okay, I know you were comfortable because when she passed by after the game, you had to tell her, I didn't even know what inning it is. I think that speaks to how relaxed you are in the circle.
Yeah, I definitely do better whenever my mind is turned off. I think sometimes I forget how good I am, so sometimes you have to tip your cap to those blooper hits. But, you know, gosh, just staying true to who I am and what I do best.
Well, let us remind you just how good you are, Kenzie Brown. We're glad you're here in the AUSL leading this Cascade team. Talk about this home crowd. They were so loud behind you guys tonight, rallied in moments when you needed them. Do you feed off that, or you stay pretty even keel?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this crowd, best in the AUSL for sure. Portland is where it's at.
You heard it here. Portland is the place to be, Kenzie. Congrats on the win. I'll let you go celebrate. Jeff, Danielle, back to you guys.
Yeah, what a night, and a very well-pitched game between Carlin Pickens and their Kenzie Brown. Our final score, 4-2, as the Portland Cascade beat the Blaze tonight. Coming up next, FC Barcelona, Dream, Play, and win. It was a night full of great plays, terrific pitching, some unconventional plays, one impressive comeback, and overall a Cascade win. For Daniel Laurie and Savannah Collins, Jeff Arnold saying so long. For more AUSL action, check out the website.
Bubble your insurance.